Hello, friends. Come on in and pull up a chair. There's room for everyone at Grandma Camp. I'm so glad you came to Grandma Camp with me today. Let's have some fun.
This is one of my favorite kinds of hats to play with. Do you know why? Because I made it myself. Isn't that so silly? I love these kinds of hats. When I was a little girl, my mom would make this kind of hat for our birthday parties so we could all look fun and have so much fun together at the party. This hat is a triangle hat. You can tell it's a triangle because it has 3 corners. There's 1 corner, 2 corner, 3 corners. A corner is where 2 lines come together to make an angle. You've probably seen a lot of corners. If you look at my chair, there's corners on the chair. If you look at a book, there's corners on the book. And different shapes have different amounts of corners. A triangle has 3 corners. 1, 2, 3. I brought more shapes for us to look at. See if you know what kinds of shapes these are. And let's count the corners. I bet you can find a triangle on here. A triangle, remember, has 3 corners. Can you see a triangle? There's 1 triangle. Are there more? There it is. There's another triangle. Triangles have 3 corners. Rectangles have 4 corners. Can you see a rectangle? The rectangle has 4 corners like this. How about a square? Do you see a square? What is the difference between the square and the rectangle? They both have 4 corners, but a rectangle has 2 long sides and 2 short sides. There are some shapes that don't have any corners at all. Can you find a shape that doesn't have a corner? Corners are pointy, so we have to find a shape that doesn't have any points. Do you see the circle? There are 2 circles. We also have ovals. An oval doesn't have any corners either. It looks like a circle that's been all stretched out. There's 1 more shape here, and Grandma has tried to trick you because it's laying on its side. Can you see a heart shape? There's a heart, and there's another one. Hearts have kind of 2 corners, 1, 2. But they also have some round parts. A heart tries to trick you. Is it still a heart even though it's laying down on its side? Yes, that's still a heart, isn't it? That heart can't trick us, we know. Let's make our own 3-cornered hat. In order to make this hat, you need a piece of newspaper. It's really only half of the page of newspaper. That will work. And you need some tape. The first thing we need to do is fold our newspaper in half so that these corners touch these corners. We know all about corners, huh? So put those corners right together, and then crease the paper. That's a fold. Now we're going to open the paper and see that crease? Put your finger on the end of that crease and bring this corner down so it touches the crease. And fold, fold, fold. So now your paper looks like this. Now do the same thing on the other side. Hold your finger on the crease. Bring this corner down and fold, 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 make a crease so that your paper now looks like a big triangle. Now we want to tape those folded pieces together so they don't open up like this. So use your tape to just tape them together. Just like this. And now, along the long edge, that's the bottom, and we can open that up, and we have our hat. Isn't that a funny hat? You can also turn it this way. If you find smaller pieces of newspaper, you can try making a different size of hat. Do you know what else I like to do when I wear my silly hat? I like to sing the three-cornered hat song. 3 corners has my hat. 3, 1, 2, 3 corners has my hat. You just wait till you hear how easy this song is. We're going to say 3 corners and hat. My hat, it has 3 corners. 3 corners has my hat. And had it not 3 corners, it would not be my hat. Oh dear, I almost messed that one up, didn't I? This time, we're not going to sing the word hat at all. See if you can figure out how this one goes. It has 3 corners. 3 corners has my. And had it not 3 corners, it would not be my. How did you do? This time, we won't say the word 3, and we won't say the word hat. Do you think you can figure this out? Easy, right? It has corners. Corners has my. And had it not corners, it would not be my. Good job. One more time. This time we won't say corners either. You ready? It has my. And had it not, it would not be my. You did great. Let's sing all of the words one more time with our funny, silly hat on. You ready? My hat, it has 3 corners. 3 corners has my hat. And had it not 3 corners, it would not be my hat. You did a super job.
This is letter A. A says ant. This is letter B. B says bat. This is letter C. C says cow. This is letter D. D says dog. This is letter E. E says elf. This is letter F. F says foot. This is letter G. G says goose. This is letter H. H says hand. This is letter I. I says igloo. This is letter J. J says jar. This is letter K. K says kite. This is letter L. L says lamp. This is letter M. M says mitt. This is letter N. N says nail. This is letter O. O says otter. This is letter P. P says penguin. This is letter Q. Q says queen. This is letter R. R says rat. This is letter S. S says sun. This is letter T. T says top. This is letter U. U says underwear. This is letter V. V says vest. This is letter W. W says worm. This is letter X. X says x in the middle or the end of words like fox. This is letter Y. Y says yo-yo. This is letter Z. Z says zebra. Froggy's Baby Sister by Jonathan London. Illustrated by Frank Remkowitz. Froggy woke up. Is this the big day? He wondered. He hopped out of bed and flopped to the kitchen. Flop, flop, flop. Good morning, Froggy, said his mother. Wow, Mom, said Froggy. Your tummy is huge. Is the baby coming today? I hope so. She patted her belly and beamed. I want a baby brother, said Froggy. Sisters are great too, said his mom. But Froggy wanted a brother. He daydreamed about him all day. I will teach him how to swim. I will teach him how to play soccer. Froggy, called his father. What? I'm taking Mom to the hospital. Max's mother will stay with you. And off they zoomed in a taxicab. Froggy felt like he'd swallowed dragonflies for lunch. Max's mother tried to read to him, but Froggy couldn't sit still. She tried to play catch with him, but he kept falling flat on his face. Oof! When will the baby come? He wondered. Finally, he dozed off under the kitchen table. Froggy! Called his father. What? Come see the baby. Froggy jumped up and hit his head on the table. Bonk! Then flopped to the baby's room. Flop, flop, flop. It's a girl, said Froggy's dad. A girl, cried Froggy. Yuck! Her name is Pollywogalina, said Mom, but you can call her Polly for short. Wah! Cried Polly. Maybe she's hungry, said Froggy. Let's make her burgers and flies. Soon Polly was sitting on Mommy's lap, sucking on a bottle of cream of fly mush. Slurp, slurp, slurp. Let me feed her, said Froggy. I can take care of her all by myself. Not yet, said Froggy's mom. When her legs are all grown in and she loses her tail, then you can take care of her. Spring ended. Summer came. Froggy wanted to teach Polly how to bounce on a pogo stick. Boing, boing, boing. But Polly was too little. He wanted to teach her how to jump off a swing. But Polly was too little. You can't do anything, he said, and he flew off the swing and landed in the pond. Splash! One day, Froggalina came to see the baby. She's cute, said Froggalina. Hey, let's play Mommy and Daddy. No way, cried Froggy, and he flopped away. Flop, flop, flop. Summer was almost over. I'm tired of waiting, said Froggy. Polly's no fun. I'm going over to Max's and I'm never coming back. Froggy, called his mom. What? Wait. Mom unwrapped Polly's blanket. Legs, cried Froggy, and her tail's all gone. Yippee! Now can I take care of her? Yes, said Mom. Here's her diaper bag. As soon as Mom went inside, Polly began to cry. Wah! I know, said Froggy. You're hungry. So he sat her down by the pond and said, Watch me. And Froggy snagged 3 flies. Zap, zap, zap. Polly flicked her tongue out too and caught her first fly. Zap. That's pretty good, said Froggy. Wah! I know, said Froggy, and sniffed her diapers. Sniff, sniff, sniff. Yikes! Cried Froggy, holding his nose. Pollywogalina, you stink! So he lay Polly down on her back and tore off her diaper. Rip! Then Froggy wrestled a new diaper on. Froggy, called his mom. What? Time to come in. Froggy flopped inside with Polly. Flop, flop, flop. Guess what, Mom? Said Froggy. I taught Polly how to catch flies, and I put her diaper on all by myself. Froggy lifted Polly up and zoop, off fell her diaper. Oops, cried Froggy, looking more red in the face than green. That night, Polly wouldn't go to sleep. Wah! She cried and cried. Fwah! me," wailed Polly. So Froggy flopped to Polly's cradle, flop, 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 and picked her up. "She misses her big brother," said Froggy. "Go to sleep, Polly Woggalina." And Polly went to sleep in Froggy's arms. Zzz.
Thank you for coming to Grandma Camp with me today. I had so much fun with you. I want you to know that I love you and I think you're wonderful just as you are. Come again soon.